What's up, Vincent? What's up? Sorry, my camera's not on yet, but what's up? Want to say hi. Finally, I'm streaming again at night. Night my time. Pretty great, considering I finally just honed in on a car to purchase, and that's been messing my life up this entire time. Oh no. You hate to hear it. You hate to have it. It sucks. Just like, man, just even trying to find a goddamn car is so freaking difficult. It's been my struggle to find the right car. That's my main issue recently. Finally, I think I found it. I don't know. It's like it comes to that point where you just got to pull the trigger on something. You got like pros and cons with everything, you know. Oh man, you know what? Totally agreed. Totally agreed. Unfortunately, I live in it's kind of like it's not really regional, but it's like I guess kind of like a regional city sort of. It's a main hub. It's definitely a main hub, but it's like you're living in like it's spread out. It's kind of like California in that way where I come from. It's like everything's spread out, so you kind of need a car. Oh, that's pretty good. It's not too bad. No, I'm in Gold Coast. So that's you can probably understand that's why. But good news is I've zeroed in on a car that I wanted from the beginning and didn't get because I actually didn't have enough money at the time. And I plan to get a Nissan Leaf. And that actually wins in city and freaking spread out areas, in my opinion. Because it's fully electric. Yeah, it's not bad, right? Good place to relax. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How do we have another 2 subscribers right now? What the hell's going on? Okay, thank you so much for subscribing. Didn't expect that. We're at 947. We're almost only 50 remaining. Electric one, haven't seen many around. No, I know. You know what? It's funny because like I mean, sure you got Teslas and you got other cars that like, you know, have electric versions, right? But it's interesting, the Nissan Leaf, it's before 2019 or well, actually before 2021, I should say. I'm sorry, no, hold on. I think at 2018, 2019, the Nissan Leaf first started officially getting imported here. And before that, people would import them unofficially because they really wanted them from Japan, right? But the thing is, and it's interesting with the Nissan Leaf in particular because the reason why you don't, this is not about necessarily seeing as many on the road, but like it is technically a niche kind of car. But the reason why you don't see any for sale also is because people love them so much that they don't get rid of them ever. Like they don't even get rid of their old like 2012, 2013, 2014 ones. They just don't because they love it and they upgrade it. They upgrade the battery, like they can't get rid of it because they love it that much. And like I want to get into that camp now because I know that people love them, so I know that they're good. And I've already, you know, obviously test driven them and stuff, so they are awesome. It's just, you know, eventually I want to get a Tesla. That's my ultimate car. Cause if Nissan could drive itself, okay, but I want to eliminate driving, so that's why I'm going for Tesla. They're hard to get. They're either dog shit or super. Yeah, exactly. And in this case, they're actually super good. And it's hard to find them for like a price that you can actually that seems reasonable, even though it's reasonable, but you don't realize it's reasonable until you've actually driven them, because they're typically priced higher than what you'd expect from, like, let's say an older car, especially an electric one. Open source. Oh, are there? I honestly don't know of many, because I know that, well, actually, you know what? Do you know any? Because you know what? I'll do some research. I'm not gonna rely on you. I don't want to put pressure. You know, I'm not one of those people that doesn't do their own research. I can do that. But the thing is, I like the Tesla car at the same time too. So it's kind of like, well, I'm one of those people that actually likes Tesla's cars. Oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna have a look at that. I'll have a look. I'm gonna write that down. Shit, I didn't know that. Is it like I upgraded my car with open source autopilot? Okay, thanks.
Practice picking.
Get rid of that. Okay. One sec. I'll get up my camera on in a sec. Okay. Let's pop this sucker on. Let's turn you off, and let's turn the internet on. So I just wanted to have a look at this video real quick before I start. So I'm just gonna do that. Close this. Got a couple random windows open here. We're gonna stop the music for the minute. Chuck on the old headphones. The old really nice headphones. And let's have a listen here.
Picking up Apple.
See what he says. It's for 6 ways to master iOS development. I'm always looking for ways to improve. Haven't seen this video before. And it is tiny. Oh, go to the web. There we go. Whoa, why is it on? Okay.
Frameworks. And I say this for two reasons. One, a huge part of being an iOS dev is working with these frameworks, and I say this for two reasons. Practice picking up Apple frameworks. And I say this for two reasons. One, a huge part of being an iOS dev is working with these frameworks. I say this for two reasons.
Okay, I had to
One,
read
a
that.
huge part of being an iOS dev is working with these frameworks, and Apple's constantly releasing new ones. So being able to pick them up quickly is huge. And two, when you work with a brand new one, like TipKit in iOS 17, there's not a ton of tutorials, there's not a bunch of Stack Overflow articles. So you are forced to dive into the documentation and learn it on your own, which is another must-have skill. So work on building tiny, single-feature projects using things like MapKit, ARKit, WidgetKit, etc. The ability to quickly pick up a new framework is vital, and you'll be much better for it. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Number two, spend a chapter of your career as a contractor slash freelancer.
Oh yeah, I was gonna actually put myself on Upwork. Uh, iOS app developer. I was gonna go on here and see if I could. No rush. Get my time zone. Uh, yeah, a typical 53 an hour. Holy mother. Uh, we'll search for talent. I have relevant experience. That's fine. Nothing. View talent. Finish. Find talent. 50 an hour. 22 an hour here. 3 out of 3 skills. And N 35 an hour. 22 an hour. Wow. 25 an hour. These are all really affordable guys. 35 an hour. I mean, I obviously would start myself at a low price because I don't want to create that expectation that my stuff can be incredible because I think it can't yet. Let's just click on her and see what. Are you kidding me? I have to. Do I have to pay to be on here? Pricing. What is this? Upwork versus Fiverr. I use both, but Fiverr takes 20% of my pay, while Upwork takes 10. Fiverr charges 5% on the higher. Upwork does 5%. So Upwork is cheaper. Wait, what? On Upwork, you can get a job if you don't have any experience. Easier. Why? Because you can apply to jobs. You don't search for clients, but the clients are searching for you. Without any luck, you won't get any clients on Fiverr. Because I was on Fiverr. This is 13. My account has aged beautifully. Top rated seller with over 5,000 reviews. Upwork, I was able to get some jobs, but since it requires time and search, to search and apply, it's kind of a deal breaker for me because I'm getting clients from Fiverr without moving a finger. Wait, did he say that backwards here? Oh, you search for clients on Upwork? Oh, right. Right. Interesting. Okay, well then maybe I'll just start with Fiverr for now. Of course, as a Fiverr Pro. Become a seller. I'm a developer. Interesting. So I can set myself up here. Okay, I'll do that later. I will set that up.
Now, to be clear, I'm not talking about a long-term contract with one company, because at that point you might as well just be a full-time employee. I'm talking about a couple months here, a couple months there. Maybe you're working on multiple projects at the same time. And again, I have two reasons for this. The first one is exposure. If you do this for a couple years, right, a couple months here, a couple months there, multiple projects, you're going to get exposed to a ton of code bases and a wide variety of coding styles, architectures, pull request processes, tooling, not to mention all the various types of apps you're going to work on. So that exposure will make you a way better iOS developer, because you'll see some things you like, you'll see some things you hate, but being exposed to all that is going to help shape your own coding style, your own coding philosophy, and the best philosophies come from experiencing a wide variety of things. Now, my second reason for spending a chapter of your career as a contractor slash freelancer is after you've proven to yourself that you can get contracts, you know how to live this lifestyle, you have this as an option. And that's the beauty of being a software developer. Just the optionality in this career is crazy, right? Want to work at a big company? Cool. Small startup. You want to do the contracting slash freelancing. Maybe you want to build your own app, or maybe there's a combination, right? Maybe you work full time, do freelancing on the side. Again, the optionality is insane. And once you know how to do contracting, right, you've proven to yourself that you can do it. Well, now you have this option in your toolbox whenever you need it. So like I said, you get exposure to a ton of code bases, a wide variety of coding styles. You can build your own philosophy. You have it as an option whenever you need in your career, and it can be quite lucrative. So just wins all around. Number 3 is a quick one. Read Apple's human interface guidelines once a year. Probably right after WWDC, because that's when a lot of the major changes happen. But if you're not familiar with what Apple's human interface guidelines are, or the HIG for short, it's basically Apple's design best practices for all their platforms, right? Straight from Apple itself. For example, the design philosophy for a Mac app, where you have a mouse pointer, things are small, you can be more precise, are very different than the design philosophy for an iOS app, where you got big fat fingers trying to hit big fat buttons, right? Completely different worlds. And the HIG now has a section for Vision OS. As we embark into this new spatial computing paradigm, Apple's got you covered on how to build a properly designed app for the Vision Pro. So take some time after DubDub each year to review the HIG.
I really
so
want
Apple's
to try
design best
Vision Pro.
practices are just second nature to you. Number 4,
Seriously.
when it comes to accepting a job, if you're fortunate enough to get multiple job offers, prioritize the better team over more money, especially earlier in your career, because the effects of this compound over time. Here's an extreme example. Let's say you can go to a team of just awesome people, world-class developers, just highly skilled, they're well connected in the developer world. Well, I think it's obvious that you're going to learn a ton, your skills are going to skyrocket. I think that's the obvious thing. The maybe not so obvious thing is how this team can help you over the long run of your career. Because again, these are world-class developers, well connected in the developer world. So naturally, they're going to go on to other companies, or maybe they'll start their own startup and want to bring you along, or maybe they can recommend you to your next job. You can see how a job on a good team has way more benefits than just the salary alone. So in my opinion, even if you have to take 10, 20, 30% less money right now, the benefits of the growth in your skills, the growth in your network, just knowing all these high-class developers, right? Having a network is great. Having a high-quality network is even better. So yeah, in the short run, you're going to take less money, but over the long run of your career, the growth in your skills, the network you've gained, that is going to dwarf. Number 5. Follow indie developers that are building in public on X, or formerly Twitter. Now, even if you have no interest in building your own app, you don't care about indie dev, I get it. The reason I'm recommending this is because those that are out there building in public, they're sharing every little detail of them building their apps. And the reality is that these indie developers, they get to play, explore, and experiment on the frontier, right? That you may not be able to do at a large company. And they're sharing everything, from cool animations they're building, maybe a cool new widget design, or implementing the new stuff in iOS 17. They're just sharing all the cool stuff they're building across a wide variety of apps. You just can't help but get so many ideas and get inspired. I just can't help but believe that will make you better, whether you want to build your own indie app or not. Being exposed to all that you will become a better developer. Number 6, and this one's not for everyone, but create content. Whether it's a blog, YouTube channel, podcast, newsletter, building in public on
Oh,
X,
I'm doing this.
whatever. The idea here is
I'm doing
that
it.
when you have to teach something or show someone how to do something, your understanding has to be a lot deeper than just building it yourself. So by creating content around what you're learning, let's say for example, you learned how to create a calendar widget in SwiftUI. Great, write a blog post about that, create a video about that, because again, that will reinforce your learning on just that topic, sure, but if you play this out to where you've done this for a year or two, you've created content around multiple topics, well, all that learning is going to be so reinforced for yourself, but a little side benefit of this, if you do it enough over a long period of time, you're going to start to build a name for yourself in the community. You're going to have a nice little brand. Maybe you can make a little extra side income from it. Hell, who knows? Maybe it grows so much that it overtakes your developer salary, and that's what you do full time. I don't know. It can happen. But at the very least, you will build a little bit of a name for yourself in the community, build a little bit of a brand, and you will get opportunities from that that you would not have gotten otherwise. Because when you put your work out there, people know who you are. They know what you can do. And you'd be surprised who reaches out to you. So at a minimum, creating content will reinforce your learning, making you a better developer, and who knows where that brand can grow to over time and what opportunities may come from that. So now that you built a few small...
Cool. I like it. I like it. All right, we're gonna close that window. We're gonna pull up the Xcode here. Where's Xcode? Why are you messed up, Xcode? Huh? Did I not open it? I did, didn't I? Where is it? Oh, it's over here. Fuck. No wonder. There we go. All right, so we're just working on a little bit of optionals here. We are doing optionals, and we've got a guide from Grok right now. Following this Grok guide. Why is... We've got to delete some of these. Delete. We've got too many like thing is not showing the whole thing. Why? Delete that. Okay, here we go. Grok is losing it here. Okay. Ali, have you looked at the Swift docs for optionals? Quite interesting when I first learned it. Um, I'll have a look now. I don't know if I think I have, but I don't remember. Let's have a look here. Okay, we can't filter that. If we search here, optional. This stuff here. The implementation is basically an enum. Oh, right. Yeah, pretty much, I guess. Except sometimes with less options. Well, look, it is literally an enumeration, right? It says that. 2 cases. Optional.none is equivalent to the nil literal. Optional.sum wrapped stores a wrapped value. For example, let number int equal. Oh, I have not. Okay, I have not read this. This is interesting. Oh, sorry. My bad. Hold up. It's here. Where are we? Safari. Here we go. Sorry about that. Why is it so small? Why does it come up so small? Weird. There we go. How's that? That book changed my life, by the way. I mean, the developer documentation is really good, actually, for Apple. So you do Swift then, I'm assuming. I'm just gonna move this out with Grok, I think. Oh fuck, what have I done? What have I done, mate? What have we done? Popping up Grok. There we go. And then let me grab this into here. Here we go. That's better. Fixed. iOS engineer my entire 3-year career. Oh, very cool. Bit of a nerd about it. I guess the Google gods know and sent me here. Might as well share everything I used to learn. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome, dude. Hello, Amin. How's it going? Damn, a lot of people seem to be watching at this time compared to my my recently normal time of the morning that I stream. How's it going, guys? Right. Okay. Swift provides several ways to safely unwrap optional values. You can choose one. It helps you write clear, concise code. The following examples use this dictionary of image names and file paths. Let image paths equal star portrait spacer. Getting a dictionary's value using a key returns an optional value. So image path star has a type optional string, or written in the preferred manner, string question mark. To conditionally bind the wrapped value of an optional instance to a new variable, use one of the optional binding control structures, including if, let, guard, let, and switch. Switch? Really? Like with cases, I'm assuming? If let star path equals image paths star, which would be that, print the star image is star path. Optional chaining. Ah, chaining, yeah. Will you quit Uber Eats right now if I donate 100 US dollars? Um, that would be awesome, but no, I can't because it's not a consistent 100. I mean, if that was a consistent, or if that was like every other day, if you wanted to donate 100, maybe, yeah. But with just a single 100, I probably wouldn't be able to quit, to be honest. But I appreciate the offer. the I think the true win is being able to just have that, well, that passive income hopefully from YouTube. But to be honest, I don't know what the possibility is of how much I would actually earn, you know? You never know until you get there. So safely access the properties and methods of a wrapped instance. Use the postfix optional chaining operator. Postfix question mark. The following examples use optional chaining to access the has suffix method on a string instance. If image path star question mark dot has suffix equals true, that's cool. I've seen that before, so that's how that works. Using the nil coalescing operator to display default value optional. I love nil coalescing. It's probably I love nil and I love guard let because it's so clean. Let default image path equal image path images default. Let heart path equal image paths. Right. Okay. I'm well aware of that. Operator also works within the optional instance on the right side. As a result, chain multiple operators together. Let's shape path. Wait, what? Ah, let shape path equal image paths sir of the or image paths square or default image path if any of those. That's cool to have that. Have you programmed other languages? No, I haven't. Once you pick up Swift, Kotlin is stupid simple. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, maybe I could like use both Swift and Kotlin because Swift is my main language. So, yeah. Raj, the TV emoji. I didn't even know you had that emoji. That's cool. Unconditional wrapping. Number one. He was number one. Anyone know SpongeBob? Don't ask me what that number one guy's name was. I do not remember. What's up, Raj? All right, let's have a look at this. When you're certain that an instance of optional contains a value, you can unconditionally unwrap the value using. Wait. Oh, right. Yeah, I already know that. That's never to be done. Nice. Creating an optional value. Case some wrapped. Case none. Right. I would say that the unconditional wrapping crashes your program. The advice surrounding it I have found best is only use it if you 100% want your program to crash if a field was optional. Yeah, just you want it to crash. Like almost like an FU to the user, right? Like oh, like if you don't put your name in here or something, like FU, crash, crash buddy. What is that? Is that an accordion? Where do these emojis come from? Is that like YouTube emojis? I know I don't have those emojis for myself. Yeah, unfortunately. I'm working on it. I've just been so busy recently. I haven't been able to do much. All right, let's take a look at our master plan here. Master plan. I think it is more around authentication tokens that are optional fields. You want your app to probably crash, right? Rather than some graceful fallback that you had to handle. Well, maybe. I guess depends. Probably depends, right? Isn't that the answer for every single developer problem? It depends. There we go. What are we looking at here? Validate optional input. One thing I will need to focus on soon is unit testing. Can you please increase the size of secondary screen? It is not visible. Uh, you mean my that one? Is that better? Sorry, maybe it was a bit small. What am I checking here again? All right, okay. So it's simple. Wait. Actually, how do we do this type in guard? I want to see that. Guardlet title equal title. Title count. A title dot count. Okay. Yeah. Make sure title, create title and let it equal title. And make sure title dot count is, as long as title dot count is greater than 2. Huh. Does that mean that, actually, I want an explanation of this line here. It might have written it shorthand or something. I'm not sure. Did it? Part optional. Part, wait, what? Part, the optional unwrapping. Optional binding that unwraps string. Parameter title. The string. String. So this does it. Make sure it has a value, and it creates title. But how can we put that there? Condition check. After unwrapping, title is a non-optional string. The condition title 2 checks Right, so this is shorthand then for let title equal title, else return untitled. Uh, and then we go if title is dot count, right, is greater than 2, return valid, else return invalid. Is that basically what's happening here? I think it is. Oh, yeah, on title. So you're gonna go print valid title. Uh, Jason Bourne. Print that. Should say valid title here. A valid. I think you should hide history for Grok. What do I have in my history? I mean, I don't really have anything to hide here, to be honest. How do I hide it anyway? Like that? But thank you. I appreciate your concern. I do. Valid. There it is. And then let's make a title. J. Ja. Run. Invalid. Nil should say. Oh no. Nil should say untitled. Okay. So that's so right. And shorthand is this title dot count is greater than 2. Well, that's not really. Wait, hold on. What is shorthand again? I'm gonna look at that. Else return. So it automatically it won't. You won't have. Jeez, I can't speak. You won't have to return something else. So instead of having to do that, you could do you still have the else there, right? Else return invalid, right? And then wait, am I? Yeah, return valid, valid. So that should do the same thing, right? Invalid. So just okay. So you don't have the option of the third, the nil. Nil automatically makes it invalid. Okay. I'm currently doing Bachelor of Tech in Bioengineering and Biotechnology. Very cool. That's very advanced, brother. I don't know how much about coding. I have told you this. I'm just here to support you. Well, much appreciated, man. Raj, seriously? I know, I remember you said that. It's awesome, even to have support from people who are not even coding. It's so cool. I'm surprised no one's voted in the poll yet, except for one person. Usually people come in here and they vote in the poll and they just leave, then they leave the chat. They leave the stream. Also, I realize you can't actually see the there. We get the valid and invalid happening. Mark, right now I'm just covering some optional stuff, but in the next couple days I'll be building a new project for one with my friend. I'm building he's not a coder, but I'm building it sort of for him, but with him at the same time. We're collaborating. We've got a project for teaching emotions, how to understand uh well, I should say this like understanding emotions or improving emotional understanding for autistic children, I believe. I did use Android. It is best. Well, wait. Did you vote in the poll, Raj? Because for some reason I only see one vote in there. Maybe other people have voted and I can't see it. It's not updated or something. Maybe it's bugged. If you didn't, that's fine. I'm just Rizan. It's very cool. I'm glad that you're actually coding rather than vibe coding. Oh man, I'm not a fan of vibe coding. I've said this so many times in previous streams. Just I'm not a fan. I don't like. It's more fun for me to do this. More fun to figure it out. More fun to learn. And it's annoying, dude. It's so annoying to have to rely on that AI to make you garbage code. Sounds like a cool project. Good luck. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. If you want to support me, anyone, it would be awesome if you guys could subscribe. I don't expect you to watch anything. I'm just asking to hopefully get out of this necessary Uber Eats at the moment, and also, to take money back from YouTube. So that would be awesome if you guys could support me by just subscribing. I'm hoping it's going to help a lot. I've heard there's a high CPM on coding videos, but you know what? Who knows? It might not let me quit Uber Eats, but I'm really hoping that it can. So yeah, much appreciated. A little bit of a plug there for myself, sorta. I really like how Apple set up their Apple Dev um, work there. Okay, what else can we go over here? Bring up the plan again. All right, bring it up. Bring it up, Jarvis. I wish someone would make something called Jarvis. I am watching the stream as I am practicing Next.js myself. Oh, very cool. Very cool. It's awesome that you've come in here to learn at the same time. Just vibing out. Not necessarily vibe coding, but vibing out, learning. Control flow, master, switch and guard. Grade scores with switch. Okay, I think I'm okay with um optionals. It's just I might have to come back to them if I come into contact with some, problem in the future. But yeah. John, how many like on this stream? I don't know. I'm not actually on the stream itself. You guys can't see that on there? I actually don't know. Oh. Oh no, I can't. Yeah, I can't see that. Let me if I mute this, I could probably oh, how do I even I can't even click onto it. What the hell? So weird. Weird, 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 weird. 5 likes. Nice. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. Seriously. Look, I didn't start this for likes. I mean, I wanted to before coding, I actually wanted to be a successful YouTuber, but that didn't really pan out. Um and I'm more of a streamer, to be honest, than a I don't know, I just don't like editing videos. I realized that after after 4 years. Um, Obviously I wasn't doing justice, but um, it helps. I think it helps when you're coding in certain ways. So yeah, I like sharing my progress and stuff like that. So I figure it doesn't take much for me to stream. It's much easier than editing a video. I just have to turn the thing on and do it. So yeah, I feel like it's a fun thing to share with other people, create a community. Where did the thing go? Okay, I can edit for you. You know what? That would be. Here's the thing. You know what? I'm gonna say I really appreciate that, but the thing is, I can't afford anyone to edit at the moment. So maybe in the future, once I have a job here or I'm making some money in freelance or something, I will. Because I think editing is definitely. I like editing, but I don't love it. But I love coding. So we've got our things here. Let's. Oops. Is it this? Is it this? Oh, there we go. Wow, these are really spread out. What the hell? There we go. Let's have a look here. What are we doing? How can you think for it? Well, I don't want to like, dude. You are studying as well, man. So you're gonna take time away from, and you're gonna be earning nothing for this editing. I think it's best for me to just edit for what I have now, and then like maybe later when I can afford to pay you or someone else or anyone in general, then that's when I'll do it. It's just something else I have to think about. And also, the other thing is I don't want to think about making videos necessarily right now. Um, I mean, aside occasionally from like some members videos, which I am still in the process of doing. Like making videos just in general, it's easier for me to just do a stream, so I don't really want to think about it. And I'm very focused on this at the moment. So, but yeah, I do appreciate your offer, man. Much appreciated. Maybe in the future, yes. Oh, really? Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I didn't expect you to say that at all. Did not expect you to say that, seriously. But thank you so much. It means a lot. I guess it's hard to see sometimes when you're, I don't know, like, I mean, if you're not just saying that, then definitely I feel like it's sometimes hard to like really appreciate your own work and someone else. It takes someone else to say that to make you think actually, oh, I'm decent, you know? Whoa, guys, we are at, and thank you so much for subscribing, you guys. We're at 950. We are officially 50 to go to 1,000. Woo! Oh my god. Oh my god. Mind blowing right now. Mind blowing. Seriously. You should join uni community or enroll yourself in some CLG so you can build a network. Well, I I did join a community actually. Um I joined one on Discord. So yeah, that's a good idea and I did it. All right. Let's so let's try and create a switch. Switch. Let's you know what? Let's create an enum and then we'll do like grades. type int. That seems good. And then let's make a switch on grades, right? Is that right? Was that wrong? Using switches is always a problem for me. So, but that's why we're practicing them, right? Not official one, so it'll be an internship. Oh, well, it is an official one. I think it could help me get an internship. But I mean, yeah, I'll have a look around and see what's available for like networking and stuff. Can I not switch on all of grades? Case. Right. So here we're just switching on. Oh, right. We put the name. Well, we should be able to. Returns a string. Raw value 95. Okay. How would I properly set this up? I know roughly it's something like that, but kind of I think I've effed it up a little bit. Whoa, I just realized my Safari's not on, so you have a look here. So grades of type int. I have that, right? Yeah. So we've set that up properly, but switch on grades. Wait a second. Oh, wait a second. Does this not work in freaking um playgrounds, but it works in a regular file? Let me have a look here. Hold on, let me make a new. Oh no, I'll open practice coding. Let's see what we got here. See what we got. What we got going on. What we got going on. Uh, um, new folder. Rock exercises. New file from template. Uh, just a just a just a Swift file, I guess. Switching. That's weird. But does that work? No. Okay. So it's not just. No, in Swift you can't do 90 to 100. It has to be, e.g., a equals 90. Oh, what? Okay. Wait a second. Oh, this is so funny then, because can you not do like, hold on. I was thinking of a range thing. But no, that's interesting. I appreciate that tip because is it just print, print, print? It's just print. Actually, it's not printf. I want to do a range. It's funny because the Xcode just literally suggested this. I didn't write that. So I just thought like, well, that's the thing. You can't like I already know you can't trust Xcode. I just thought in this case it was right. You can't always trust Xcode. Can you do less than 100 like that? Can you do that? No. You can't do a okay. You do a func within your enum based on case A B example. Case you can do case 900 return A. Ah, okay. So in here, in the enum, you would do case. Can you have a return in an enum? Let's see. Maybe not. I haven't worked with enums very much, so switches and enums are like a little bit like on the edge of my knowledge. Badly formatted, but you get the idea. Yeah. Enum grades case A, B, C, D, F, static func from score grades switch score case. Oh, okay. So you wouldn't have a separate switch, you just have the function within the enum to do that. So maybe we can actually go back into the well, this is really let's go into here and see if that works. So we'll put we want a function in here, right? Func like grade equals grades from. You can still have a switch. Like grade equal grades dot from score 85 switch on grade. Oh, okay. Does that go within the raw value from? Is that it? Or just dot from? Is it dot from? Yeah, dot from. I shared in your Discord. Oh, let me open it up. Oh, okay. Function returns grades. Like grade of grades from score. Switch on grade. Right. I found it. Yeah, I found it. Thank you. Appreciate that. So basically we have empty cases. And then we have the function that oh, there it is, right? So on case, you have these cases, and in the function, it inputs a. Whoa. What was that? That was weird. It inputs a. You input a score, and it returns a grade. Okay. And then you're switching on the number, the range. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Or if you didn't want to use an enum to define values, let score equal 85. Switch on score. The case that it's. Oh, great. That's awesome. Because you don't necessarily need an enum, right? It's just for perhaps clarity, I suppose, maybe? Dot from. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, I was missing the equals. I was like, that's dumb. That's dumb of me. I almost didn't even want to say anything because the equal sign was missing. I was like, no. Why? Silly me. Right, so you can have a score, and the score will go into this function, and you switch on the number, and then there's another switch, but that's double unnecessary. So otherwise, you could just do the switch, right? You switch on the score. No need for an enum. You're a genius. Thank you so much. You got a B. You got a B, mate. Moit. All right, what else? Um, suggest activities for weather type enum with switch. Okay. For weather type enum. Oh, that's what I made before, but I didn't make it in here. So let's see. Let's say. Right. Um, I think I can do this where I have enum weather type. We have the cases here. And then we can go switch weather weather type. Can I just switch on weather type? Case sunny. Does that work? No, because I have to have a specific thing, right? Well, you want it to be callable, so you do it within a function. Wait, which one? Weather type? How do I switch? Is there not a way to switch on dot self? Is that how you do it? Case. Does that work? No, because it has no member sunny, but it does. Func suggested activity for weather type, type weather type. Switch on weather. Oh my god. Right. That was the thing I was goddamn forgetting. So you have to. Right. So there has to be a variable that contains the enum, right? And then you switch on that variable. Basically, right? That's the thing I keep forgetting, and I keep forgetting to think like a computer. And you have to have the thing in the in a variable to like semi initialize it or something. Switch today. But okay, wait. So you can't do this basic one. Yeah. I mean that yeah, the other one. But with this one, you can't just switch on weather when it's not. There has to be a value in it, right? Because you were still trying to switch on the type. Right. You have to switch on the value. So how do you is the only way to do it is to put it into a function so you don't have to so you can switch on the actual. Can you never switch on the actual type? It always has to have a value. Is that what I'm what I'm what we're getting at here? You can. Do switch weather type dot cloudy. Oh. So it always it confuses me because you've got these options here, right? And you're trying to determine whether the what what happens, like it's like an if else statement, right? Whether what happens when it's sunny or cloudy or rainy, right? So if it's like, so it confuses me that there's a value that has to be given before it's before the switch statement happens. Maybe I'm not wrapping my head. I mean, I guess I get it, like, but it's weird, I think. Maybe I'm just thinking it's weird, and that's why I'm like, is that right? So, like, you have this. So, when it's rainy, this switch statement will be like, okay, well, it's rainy, then let's do this. But when this changes, then it's like, okay, let's do this. Well, yeah, you have a value. You are checking that value against the switch statement. It goes through is value equals case. If not, then go back to the next one. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it like it's weird because it makes sense in my head, but it doesn't. I get it, but it's like, okay, so I don't know why I'm thinking like this. It's like you must have a value, which makes sense, but like I think I'm just not used to the way that switch statements work, I guess. Which is, a good reason for me to just figure out what they're doing. Maybe I'm not, maybe I need to look at it like the equivalent of like an if statement, right? Like if weather equals dot sunny, right? Then print it is sunny. Else, if weather's cloudy, print it's too cold right now. Else, print weather doesn't exist. And that should print, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think there's this like, I don't know, this weird block in my head about these switch statements, which is funny because like technically they're kind of like more concise, right, than an if statement. And what was the other one? Is it guard? Guard as well, right? Can I use guard here in for some reason? Well, it would be weird if I use guard, I think, but you could probably for some weird reason. Like you could say guard weather is dot cloudy else return, right? And it doesn't even know what I want to do here, right? And then you go print. Well, you won't be able to print here. You won't be able to do anything. func print weather. It doesn't even know what I want to do. See, print. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, no. Just ignore what I'm doing. This is unnecessary. It's absolutely unnecessary. So these are basically these. This is basically the same thing. We're doing the cases here. So whenever weather changes, it'll check this. Like if weather is sunny, right? If weather is cloudy. Why is that so hard for me to wrap my head around? That's so weird. Me, I'm weird. Is what I'm saying. Okay, what else can we do here? Validate input greater than 3 characters with guard. So let's okay, function. Oh yeah, validate input, right? And then we will return a bool. Guard let input equals input, comma, input greater than 3. Oh yeah, that's the other method, right? Yeah. So return false, return true. So that's exactly what we want to happen, right? And then oh wait, return true. Return true, right? So then we could go print validate input, yeah, right? And it would just return true, right? Yeah. Hey, dude, how far are you along on your journey? Hey, David. David's canal. How's it going? Um, I'm 6 months in. I feel like personally, maybe not in reality, but I feel like I'm gonna try. Well, what I'm gonna do is try and start setting myself up in maybe 2 weeks or so into Fiverr and start off some potentially hopefully I can start some freelancing stuff. That would be cool. I just want to be confident enough. I'm gonna, look for jobs obviously and apply for some stuff soon. Hopefully, maybe some internships or just apply to companies and say, "Hey, can I work for you guys for free? Just to get some experience, cause, cause I really need it for some companies." But yeah, I'm about 6 months in, but I've been doing it for every day pretty much for that time. So I find that I feel pretty decent with it. Yeah, that's sounds like a good idea. You've been focusing on Swift mostly? Yes, Swift is my language of choice. I've been recommended Kotlin after this, so I will have a look at that too. But yeah, important to really stick with something. So ooh, a subscriber, I believe. Thank you so much for subscribing. Sorry that was blocked. I realize. My apologies. I have to. I'm still back new to the streaming thing, so I've got like things kind of all over the place. But I didn't expect that to actually happen because most of people's subscribes are private and they don't even ever show up. So that's really awesome. 9:51. We are well on our way. We only have 49 subscribers to go until I can become a full monetization partner to YouTube. That is so crazy. So crazy. The hardest language to learn is the first. Oh man, I 100% agree with you. Even though this is still my first language. Not necessarily that I can say that, but yeah. It was very hard at first. Especially like just first starting, that was the hardest just in general. Let alone like another language, right? You'll be able to pick up Kotlin much faster. Yeah, I heard. Well, yeah. I mean, I heard Kotlin was. Well, someone mentioned earlier Kotlin was actually very similar to Swift or easier. Any programming concepts you still struggle with? Yes, that's actually what I'm working on right now. Did I think I'm assuming you just came in here? I'm working on optionals, which I have a decent grasp of. It's just occasionally I'm like, whoa, what is that? Or how should I best handle this? Um, and then I also am working on enums, switch statements, which for some reason, for the life of me, switch statements just like escape my mind. Um, and then that was literally what I was doing just now. And then there's a couple other things I need to work on. Unit testing. I just completed a bunch of GitHub stuff, so I'm pretty decent on that. So like control flow here, I'm doing control flow stuff, and then I need some practice in working with some APIs. So not too many things to go, in my opinion. I've got a 4 week plan here, so by the end of 4 weeks, I promised myself I'd have all this hopefully under control, um, and then be able to apply for some jobs. So yeah, that's what we're kind of aiming for here. How do you explain switch statements based on your current understanding? How would I explain switch statements based on your current understanding and the point behind optionals? So switch statements, which I was just getting a lot of help recently from Marquez just before, um, basically are if else statements that switch on the state of a certain variable or a certain thing. And they go back and forth depending on and the cases are like each if statement. If it's this case, then do this. If this case, then do this. Otherwise, there's a default at the end which will do, you know, this if there's no other case that can be handled, basically. Um, and then for optionals, the point behind optionals is you would have like cases, especially with sorry, when you're parsing JSON data or like trying to get JSON or an API to come in or downloading some data or something, or depending on what a user is going to enter, like their name or something into a like a field or something, you want to make sure it has like a certain amount of characters or whatever. Validate data, validate information. You need optionals because sometimes those um those data inputs won't have what you need or won't be sending down or downloading what you need or what you expected to come out. So in that case, you need to be able to handle um, the those cases where the data isn't there or the data isn't right. Am I close? Did that sound okay? I feel like I'm in an interview right now without the stress. Sound lovely. Give me a sec. Thanks. I am sniffling. Why am I sniffling so much? Damn, it's already 9:38. I should have gone to the gym today, but I didn't. I'm just so stressed about trying to find a car. I think I found one now, but so switch statement was exactly right. They are what we call syntactic sugar, so something you can already do with simpler language concepts, but that is nicer to write with a switch case. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Perhaps optionals was definitely was lacking in some form of explanation. I do not doubt that. Categorize numbers with switch ranges. The optionals case is valid, although it's just one use case. In general, it's just a type that can be empty or gone. Okay. Right, so that's like kind of the base kind of the base function that I just missed stating, right? Example, you are writing a website and users can store an optional nickname. Then this nickname type would be string because question mark because either they have no nickname. Right, right, right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I definitely was aware of that, but I definitely did not state it at the same time. So yeah, that is good to think about. They are there for the option to have no data and also in case you don't have data where you need it. That's really great. I'm using Swift. Swift 6. I don't know. Are you cooked, Ayub? I'm cooking here. Who's hungry? Actually, I am hungry. Good news is I don't have to cook because my fiance made me, well, she made us karage chicken. Before I go, what is your approach to AI? I see you're using it as a tutor, which is awesome. I hope you're not getting too lazy and having it write all your code. That's an easy way to not learn. Oh, 100%. I'm 100% in that camp, man. I never use it to write my code for me. Um, I'm not a fan of like I'm honestly just not a fan of the code it outputs. And like the fact that it can't solve like the simplest bugs, I've lost like I never was doing vibe coding. Never had an interest in it, but you know, I still don't. I did try it just to, see what it was like, but yeah, I don't like how it outputs it, I guess. And I just don't learn. Totally with you there. Swift is very, very nice. I love Swift. It's maybe, I mean, if you would call Java simple, then sure. I've been learning for 6 months. I would say about 6 months. Maybe coming on 7. Roughly probably 6. Very mature take on A. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I wanna make sure I know what the hell I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It does. Yeah. I love Swift. I love how clean it is. I've seen some other languages and I don't even want to learn them just by a glance at them. I'm like, yuck. Okay, so I need categorize numbers with switch ranges. Case 0 to 10. Does that work? So we need a value here. Range var range was 150. So we switch on range. When that value changes, it'll print high. Thank you so much for joining, David. It was awesome to chat with you. And you too, Marquez. I don't know if you're still here, but it was awesome to chat with you too. Thank you so much for your assistance, by the way. Oh man, that'd be insane. Not that we're diminishing the Marquez in here. I want to say that. The Marquez in here is a genius. That's funny. Here's a bit of SwiftUI. B not B not DSA of it. What? Have you made any small apps yet? Yes, I have. They go beyond just learning language concepts. Yes, I have. Yes. That's how I learned it. I came up with stupid projects for my friends and learned as I went along. Yeah, 100%. I have done it. The reason why I'm doing this right now is because I'm just trying to drill it into my head, these concepts, because I've after building these apps that I've made and like kind of followed along with tutorials and stuff sometimes, that's what I noticed. Like these are my weak points. So yeah, I just wanted to like go over these things because I'm not always using them in my apps. And well, I am using optionals usually. I think maybe not. Maybe I'm going simpler than that. So that again, that's why I need to like drill these concepts into my brain here. Um, didn't do the data structures of it. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I like how Swift handles data structures. Maybe I'm really biased. I don't know. I'm probably very very biased. I feel like I can't say anything. Um, I'm gonna look at how Grok did this. Uh, switch on. Wait, where is my? What's the plan here? Hold on. No, see, it doesn't even know how to do this properly. But what I did, I believe, is right. So switch on that. Switch on the range. Make it. Wait, categorize numbers with a range of switches. So actually, we want to make a function, right, for this? Func uh categorize number returns string. Switch on number. There we go. That's what we want. And then we can just keep that and say categorize number range. There we go. That's what we want. Wait, what? Oh, right. Wait, default return high. It did not return high. Oh, bro, I would totally disable the AI autocomplete in the stage you're in. Even when I have it off, I changed it so it appears when I prompt it to. Wait, you can prompt it to? How do you do that? I didn't know you could do that. Um, I mean, I don't I don't use it to assume that it's right because I don't. Um, I did accidentally before, but no, generally I don't. Right. Fair enough. Yeah, I know you can turn it off. I'm usually generally fine. I don't think it really affects my thing because I always check what it says. Um, and I don't assume, that it's right. Just like using AI. But it does help because a lot of the things, as I said, I do know what I'm doing. And it helps to automatically like do that stuff. And it helps me like do the thing where I understand at the same time. But yeah, I should do that to make sure. Oh, what's up, Loop? What's up? Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, whatever feels right to you without you'll probably hammer the syntax into your mind right faster. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think you're right. You're absolutely right. I should do that. You know what? I'll do it after this. I'll complete. Watch me fail horribly. I'm gonna complete this, and then I'll do it all again without the thing on. No, no, 100%. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. Like as you can see, I barely use AI in general, so I'm just using it to help me like learn, not to write my stuff for me. And if I don't understand, I just don't, usually do it, or I look it up if Xcode does it. Usually that's what I do. Usually. Oh, my fiance's home. All right, I'm gonna head out. I'll gonna continue this just by myself later. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for supporting me. Much appreciated. I know it's awesome. Yeah, I have. I love solving the problems. Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. Sorry, guys. I'll be back tomorrow morning. And what's up, Vid? Thank you so much, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.